This is an evaluation question and we have to find out a statement that would be helpful in assessing the argument. The conclusion is that the chemical factory is putting hummingbirds in the region at risk. The missing link is between hummingbirds dying after feeding off on the phosphate carrying flowers and the conclusion that the chemical factory is putting hummingbirds at risk. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that it should indicate some fact or data that helps in evaluating the conclusion. Answer choice A. The argument is concerned with the risk to hummingbirds and whether there are fish that are also at risk is out of scope. So this piece of information does not help in evaluating the conclusion. Let's eliminate it. Answer choice B. The argument is concerned with the risk to hummingbirds that feed on the flowers. Whether the flower is more toxic than other parts of the sunflower plant, this piece of information makes no suggestion about the risk to hummingbirds because of flowers. So this answer choice is just additional detail and does not help in evaluating the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice C. The argument is concerned with this particular chemical factory and its impact on phosphate carrying flowers because of which hummingbirds are at risk. Now whether this particular factory produces as much toxic runoff as other factories, this piece of information doesn't suggest anything about the risk this factory brings to hummingbirds. So seeking information in this answer choice would just provide additional information and not help in evaluating the argument. Let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. This answer choice talks about whether the hummingbirds are feeding off the flowers that are downstream from the factory. If the hummingbirds are feeding from flowers that are downstream, it indicates that the toxic runoff from the chemical factory may be consumed by the hummingbirds and hence the hummingbirds may be at risk. On the other side, if the sunflowers are not downstream, it indicates that the flowers may not be carrying the toxic runoff from the factory and hence the hummingbirds may not be at risk. So this piece of information is essential to understand whether the chemical factory is putting hummingbirds at risk. A good answer choice. Let's keep this on hold. Answer choice E. The argument is concerned with the risk to hummingbirds. So whether any other birds are competing with hummingbirds for the flowers, this piece of information would be just additional information and not help in evaluating the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. D is the correct answer choice.